Hey everyone, it's Luke here from LT Gaming and welcome back to the channel. If you've ever wanted to shape the X universe without firing a shot, then ghost past a blockade and vanish before anyone knows you were there, this one's for you. I've been testing the big diplomacy update alongside the Envoy Pack mini DLC, and the result is a sandbox that finally lets you pull political strings and run proper covert ops. If you get to this video early, the DLC and the update will drop on September 10th. I've been hands-on, unlocked the new ship, and yeah, the Envoy is fast, sneaky, and genuinely accelerates your early and mid-game, and it's a total joy to fly and quite the exhilarating ride. I have to say, while flying the Envoy ship, that the X4 universe felt more alive than ever. On one particular mission, I was escorting a miner, there was so much combat going on, allies and NPCs helping out, which I absolutely love. And then just ships flying around me. It was so cool, and I have to say I've been so impressed by X4 and I can't wait to get back and play more of it in my own time this week. The game itself feels better than ever, with a few caveats that we'll get to. Before we get into it, I'm going to ask you to tap like to boost relations with the algorithm. It's the easiest diplomacy you'll do all day. I'm going to break down what X4 is, what's in Diplomacy 8.00, why the Envoy Pack matters, a quick note on ship interiors, shortcomings in 2025, and what I want next from X4 Foundations. X4 is Egosoft's giant single-player space sandbox, dynamic economy, factions building and breaking empires in real time, new piloting anything from a scout to a carrier while running stations, fleets, and trade networks. It's the weird, wonderful blend of first-person space sim and grand strategy where your choices ripple through a living simulation, and there's nothing else out there quite like it. If you bounced off earlier entries, X4's modern quality of life and expansions make it the most approachable it's ever been, once you accept that approachable in X terms still means deep end of the pool. The Diplomacy Update 8.00 is where soft power finally matters. Diplomacy adds a proper layer of political play on top of the sim. I'm telling you right now, my mic's popper stopper did not enjoy that statement. You unlock an embassy room at your player HQ via research, and it becomes your roundtable for faction reps and gives you new factions and relation menus, so you can see the galactic lay of the land at a glance. From here, you recruit agents, NPC specialists you level from recruit to spy master, send them to improve relations, forge ceasefires, steal blueprints, or interfere in rival politics. You start with 2 agent slots and can expand to 8 via research, which opens up a whole playstyle of parallel covert ops. The spicy bit is diplomatic interference. The game now rolls inter-faction political events, trade disputes, espionage suspicions, peace talks, territorial claims, and you can steer outcomes using agents. You can also periodically stir the pot or sit back and watch alliances, ceasefires, and wars reshuffle the map. It's the first time X4 lets you nudge the simulation instead of overreacting to it, and it makes the universe feel more reactive to your long game. There are strong quality of life improvements here too, with a cleaner map layout with sector grouping that's easier to read, 5 new station connection modules for tidier builds, and Portuguese voiceover support which broadens accessibility, something we always welcome here at LT Gaming with our very diverse audience from across the globe. Although saying that, I only speak English and the comments section likes to let me know when I say things wrong. And as Tom will know, I mispronounce things all the time. I've done it since I was a kid, but hey, look, we push on. On the tech side, Frame Generation lands, which is huge if you're CPU bound during big battles or empire management on high refresh displays. Egosoft even pushed hotfixes during the public beta to stabilize DLSS, which tells you they're actively tuning it. And yes, beta and beta are said differently in different parts of the world, just something I've learned while doing YouTube. Also, in the comments section of the last X4 video I did, people were quite critical of Frame Generation, so let me know what you think of that technology below. Just a quick interlude to say most of you who watch the channel are not subscribed, so make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button, because it helps smaller channels like us grow really quickly, and both me and Tom really appreciate it. Now it's time to discuss the Envoy Pack, where stealth, deception, and speed all take center stage. The Envoy Pack is a compact DLC with a sharp focus, a new M-class stealth-ready frigate called the Envoy. There's also a rogue variant called the Cypher, a mission chain to discover and unlock it, a new game start, a new sector to poke around in, plus some fresh music. The Envoy ship is fun because it leans into the update's theme. It's the prestige diplomacy ship that reduces agent operation durations, so your covert network spins faster. It has a fully explorable interior, which is rare for an M-class, a cloak stance that suppresses radar visibility, though it disables weapons and boost and trims speed, faction camouflage to masquerade as other factions, and exclusive engines, shields and forward weapons. The vibe is submarine in space, sleek silhouette, stealthy systems, and an interior that sells the role. In my time with it, the speed, agility plus disguise tools let me sprint my early game and execute cheeky recon and smuggling runs with far less friction. Also, just drag racing this thing across a sector is an absolute joy. The Cypher variant trades some of the Envoy's pomp for more speed and agility. Though it still supports the exclusive kit and keeps identity like the masking protocols, basically it's the Outlaw's pick if you want mobility and adaptable builds. If you enjoy false colors gameplay, slipping past blockades, staging ambushes or running covert drops, the DLC meaningfully widens your tactical options without overshadowing the base game roster. X4 rarely gives you full walkable interiors on ships, so they've started to expand into this. At first there was the Astrid from Tides of Avarice, which was the standout. Then there was the Hyperion DLC pack, but that was an L-class ship, though technically it's on the smaller side. So the Envoy adds to the roster with a proper fully explorable interior, so boarding, walking, the spine to the cockpit and living in your ship just feels special, and it matches the agent craft fantasy in a way a static bridge never could. It's a small and meaningful, plus also immersive boost that dovetails perfectly with clandestine missions. And as we've recently seen with No Man's Sky, the inclusion of ship interiors is a big deal, and I do hope X4 and potentially even X5 expands on this greatly. So let's be a little bit critical and discuss the shortcomings of X4 in 2025. For me, this primarily focuses on performance, and while frame generation helps, X4 is still CPU heavy, thanks to the full fat sim and the AI/physics. Big empires and fleet scale fights can bottleneck, and if you're chasing 120 plus frames per second with a lot happening, you'll still notice dips. Egosoft is iterating. Again, those hotfixes landed quickly during the beta, but it's not a magic wand for late game sim load. Complexity and friction. The new systems are powerful but layered. Agents have resources, cooldowns and risk, and diplomacy outcomes can be opaque until you internalize the event logic. The UI is still very much improved with map grouping, etc, but if you're new, there's still that X-series spreadsheet zen to learn before it sings. And then there's bugs and strange edges to new DLCs which can cough up quirks, especially around rendering paths and event systems. Nothing show-stopping in my sessions, but expect a round or two of post-launch fixes as the wider player base piles in. Let's discuss what I want next from X4 Foundations. It would be great to see deeper diplomatic levers with more granular outcomes, alongside richer war peace reporting across the map so big shifts are legible at a glance. More agent quality of life features would be great, like queued ops, templates and better post-op debriefs. On performance and AI polish, I'd like to see continued CPU side optimizations for mega empires and smarter travel pathing for large fleets. It would be great to see more interiors and stealth toys. The Envoy proves how much a walkable M-class can add to X4. Give us a couple more hero ships with purpose-built interiors and mission loops that really leverage disguises, scans and infiltration. Think espionage set pieces rather than only fly and fetch. Plus some mega ships and carriers with interiors would be greatly welcome. And then keep going with the map and build love. The 5 new connectors are great. Keep going with station edit, quality of life snapping and blueprint tools so builders can iterate faster and share plans more easily. So let's summarize my time with both the Diplomacy update and the Envoy DLC. Diplomacy finally lets you influence the sim instead of just reacting, and the Envoy pack gives you a ship designed to thrive in that new meta. From my playtime, the Envoy's speed and disguise options genuinely accelerate your rise, and the universe feels livelier when you're nudging politics from the embassy. I found the Envoy ship an absolute joy to fly. The speed, the battles, the immersive things that were going on around me all the time. X4 just feels better than ever in 2025. Performance is still the long-term boss fight, but the direction is excellent and X4's never been richer to play. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like so we can hit algorithmic warp speed. Tell me what you think of the new ships and the direction of X4. I'd be really excited to hear and respond to your comments below. As always, I've been Luke from LT Gaming, and I'll see you out there amongst the stars.